Welcome to the whitest house. Slave souls haunt the halls when the light is out. Except the blood of the poor and the way they mouth. The last gas of a world that is dying out. Welcome to the whitest house, where every room is a tomb that they lie about. Where you can put your filthy feet on the finest couch, and for the right amount, you can even buy it out.
The essence of your entire political identity. You might be a white supremacist.
Sound like Boris Johnson's dude.
No, thank you.
I gotta set my coffee in my lap. I can't bend over.
Yeah.
Let's go. All the cameras, all of the lights.
Yeah.
We're back.
I still haven't found like a nigga clap.
Oh
yet.
yeah, you gotta get the nigga clap.
Can we do like the Arsenio Holder?
That's what I'm saying. Yo, bro, that's
You might have to get Sean Paul. Just make it clap.
yeah, that would be that's enough.
Not before the birthday.
You gonna
Not
hate on me
man.
before my birthday? That's
Absolutely.
crazy.
The Arsenio Hall would be a good one. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
But
about to
welcome,
see if I can find that soundbite.
welcome to This Week with White Supremacy. Did I say this week? Is it this week in white supremacy?
This week of white supremacy.
This week of white supremacy.
This week is white supremacy. All
It
of
is
the
a lot
above.
of- it is
It's just
a
like
lot
the
of
multiple
whiteness.
choice or D. All of the above. You know, whenever we have to take those tests, I always picked all of the above.
And that's-
Always.
I mean,
you can't.
even if
Come
it
on,
wasn't
bro.
true, bro, I would just circle.
on,
I was
man.
a terrible standardized test.
Interesting.
You didn't like the multiple choice, bro?
I just thought it was a waste of time, bro.
I mean, does it really? It's memorization. I mean,
Yeah,
we
and then
get
you
the
have to
whole
like
thing about-
fill in that you can't cross it, you can't check it.
you gotta fill it in. Yeah, it's memorization. It's like,
Funny story.
Okay, story time.
Okay.
Those tests are about like racism because
Absolutely.
this white man basically researched the way like black people studied, and that's why they created all the standardized tests.
Oh,
Because originally
wow.
they were pushed to make sure that all education would be equal, but then they realized people culturally learn differently just because of how you're raised, and so that's why a lot of times black and brown folks actually struggle with standardized testing.
Wow.
So eugenics.
Yeah, see, that was your genes, bro.
I guess. So I was like, I'm genetically inferior.
I mean, to that.
That's a lie.
That style of testing, according to what Miracle.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, welcome back. I guess, we're back in person.
We are back in person.
We should have had like a little cake or something, man. Like, you know what I mean? That'd have been flavorful.
That would have been
you know what I
nice.
mean?
That
Yeah,
would've
we
been
would have
nice,
had.
but it's cool. Y'all don't care about me.
If you're watching this, put your HBDs in the comments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm saying.
Treble's birthday. I'm Jasiri X. I'm co-founder and CEO of One Hood Media. And to my right, with the accent, I like the pink accents on the glasses.
Oh,
Feel me?
I'll try to style it up every now and then. You feeling? It's your girl, Miracle, here, happily, turning up. Wish I had a pecan, but it's fine.
What are they?
Hey, they're next door.
Yeah, they're in the,
Oh, okay.
or are
Is
they in the black
pecans?
box?
What? I missed
Yeah, I
that.
bought
Oh, the
Miracle's
pecans.
country ass and pecans.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
At first, I was like, did I just get profiled? But they're delicious.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Sometimes stereotypes are true. Sometimes.
Sometimes racism is funny.
as long as we
Yeah.
don't have like a pecan eating contest, and you know,
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
So, I think we're good. And Trouble,
It's your
man.
boy, Treble NLS, the birthday boy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Make sure as you're watching this, you wish me happy birthday.
Definitely.
Otherwise, you're getting blocked.
Blocked from the page.
You know what I'm saying?
You have any birthday plans?
I'm just going to go hiking and then hit Kennywood. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy myself.
Yeah, keep it Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying?
me?
Get the potato patch. You know what I'm saying? Get you
Yes.
some cheese fries.
You feel me?
Yeah, I like that. I like that plan.
Oh, yeah.
And what are your words of the day? What are your acronyms today?
The velvet voice villain.
Yes.
The gorgeous gaslighter.
Oh, man.
The narcissist next door. The marvelous. The revolutionary but gorgeous one. It's me.
Okay. All right. Well,
What's your name?
I like neighborhood narcissists.
The neighborhood narcissist is hot. I'm not gonna lie. Neighborhood narcissist is hot. Like, yo, listen.
That is hilarious.
Man, come on. The supreme Asiatic, intelligently divine one. Come on.
He's got them.
Come on. And today's mathematics is knowledge understanding. Come on.
The supreme
What they call
Asiatic,
you?
intelligent, divine
Come
one. Oh, man.
Come on. And that was off the cuff, bro. Come on. Listen, Bill.
Oh,
Like,
man.
Shawty, what's your name?
Yo, who was the black man? Who was the black man?
Black man is God, man.
Come on, bro.
I saw a battle rap, and like the black battle rapper and the white battle rapper was battling.
Yeah.
And like the black battle rapper was like, he's like older. So the white dude called him Morgan Freeman. And he was like, oh, you call me Morgan Freeman? That's kind of odd. He was like, because Morgan Freeman came to tell Bruce Almighty,
the black man is God.
And then he like screamed into the camera, crowd guy. The crowd guy.
Oh,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? That was a good rebuttal. That was a good rebuttal.
That was hot.
So, welcome. Anything else that y'all have? I mean, since haven't been here, have y'all done anything fascinating, interesting, inventive?
You know what I did, bro? And this made me feel really good. Like I did like a proper cleaning of my flat.
Hey.
You know what I mean? And
Yes.
that like for a Virgo,
Summer cleaning, right?
Come on, man. Yo,
Yeah.
I washed like every article
Yeah.
of clothing I have. Now I can't fit it anywhere.
Yeah, we kind of did that as well. Yeah, we did the.
You ever
the
notice
super
like when
cleaning.
you do laundry, it's like quick, but it takes like 5 to 7 business days to put up?
Yes.
Like, your clean laundry would just sit there forever.
And I'm like, I can just donate all this. I don't need it.
Oh, you can.
I did that before I moved, and I thought it was gonna help, and it didn't even make
It
a
didn't even make a dent.
It didn't make a dent.
doesn't. And
Well,
I
get that
just,
stuff to Goodwill.
I'm like, no.
My shit is too fresh for
What-
good.
what's wrong with that?
Jubilee, give it to Jubilee.
Oh, that's the
Okay.
black
Give it
place.
to Trans Uniting. give
Okay,
it
okay, I didn't know that.
local-
Okay.
'Cause sometimes Goodwill and the Salvation Army be like taxing a little
100%, 100%.
Allegedly.
And it's like my whole thing is like my mind frame. See, that's what white supremacy does. Makes you think that you can only give your clothes to the white man.
Right. See, I just don't want nobody wearing my shit. Like, I don't want to see nobody in some shit that I wore and they wore it worse than me. I'm like, yo, give me that back.
Or
You
was he
ain't
wearing
doing my
better
shit.
than you?
Uh.
Then I'll lodge him up, but that's not gonna happen.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
He's a
So
model.
it's been a lot. It's like a lot to talk about. It's not like one specific thing to focus. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. But it's been a lot. So one of the things that a lot of people know One Hood. They know us for activism, right? They know us for being on the front line of different protests, and
Respectability politics also.
they know us for that.
Stop it.
That's what the word on road is.
The word on the street.
That's the word on road,
Stop
bro.
it. Stop it.
I'm trying to be revolutionary but gorgeous, not respectable. Jesus Christ, bro.
Listen.
Well, but that's a great question. Like, does respectability politics play in a protest? And, one of the, things that happened recently was that, we found out that the woman, let me get this woman's name.
That falsified.
Carolyn Bryant Donham. Let's get all of her name, right? That, and it was a black dude that found her. Shout out to this brother.
Yeah.
Who actually found out that there was a warrant for her arrest in the murder of Emmett Till in 1955. Remember, we had just talked about it was families that put together a petition. They want her charged. I guess the Justice Department, I don't know, they ain't. if you white,
They allegedly got bigger things to deal with.
I guess maybe right now. I guess they might have their hands tied, but there was a petition of people pushing her to be arrested, and so now that this warrant came out, that she was actually charged, but they didn't go get her in Emmett Till's murder. A group of protesters rolled up on the nursing home
As they should. As they
of
fucking
Carolyn
should.
Bryan Donham. And they went to her. Oh, okay. It says protesters went to 3 listed addresses. One of the addresses.
That's dedication. Yo, especially with petrol prices the way it is right now. they said gas prices be damn.
They went to the phone book. They was like, hold on, let's see. It's almost like, remember the Terminator where
Hell yeah, when he was in the phone
he
book.
opened the phone book and then just started shooting all the Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor.
They went to her, and one of them was a senior facility in Raleigh. And so, this has been something that has been, I guess, disputed. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have been saying, like, So I'm asking you all, you know what I'm saying, as, people that have participated in protests, would you
This is situational.
roll up on a
Senior citizen
assisted living facility to go get Carolyn Bryant Donham? And I guess, I don't know if they was going to do a citizen's arrest.
I'm about to say, what if they gave her a heart attack?
Not even that.
That
Have
sounds
you
like
ever-
justice to me, brother.
Nah.
Sounds like karma to me.
Y'all have never obviously interrupted a bingo game at the senior
Like, fuck
citizen
your Jello.
Have you? What's that
facility.
like?
You about to get jumped, okay? These people have nothing but time and opportunity. And they mean and surly already.
Right.
Surly.
Nah.
You'll have to catch
Absolutely
me
not.
first.
There's a picture of this like old white man in a wheelchair, and he looks so bewildered at like, what is going on? Well, first of all, why are these niggas? Didn't we give you niggas civil rights? Like, why are you interrupting my bingo on Parcheesi?
You sound like Bill Cosby right now.
Oh my God, you did. They think she should die or go to jail forever. This is what it says.
She ain't got much time left, so I mean,
This is her daughter.
couldn't they be interchangeable? Like, she go to jail tomorrow. She kicked the bucket.
I feel like there is a little bit of justice of making somebody's last days as miserable as possible.
Absolutely.
100%.
And
100%.
granted,
That's how we fight white supremacy.
and like granted, sometimes the judicial system isn't, that isn't the justice that you
100%.
get or the justice that you deserve.
Right.
So it's just like reminding people who she is and what she's done
100%.
because allegedly, she not only intentionally lied but helped cover up, so aided and abetted in the murder, torture, and killing of like Emmett Till, and it kind of helped her husband and his friends get away with it. And so, yeah, she's never apologized. She's never taken accountability.
Right, 100%.
She could have done, what was that? The lady who did the white people's tears and was like, we go on, go and say, give people like a tour. This is how you apologize to folks.
I don't know.
Her
Oh,
name.
wow.
Yes, there's this lady.
Oh, that was her
teaching
whole
people
thing, was teaching white people how to apologize
and
for
say
racism.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like an Indian woman or something. I remember her.
You
Yeah.
know, she could have done that. She could have done a lot, wrote a book. I regret it. Everybody's doing doing a podcast, a documentary, something.
Yeah.
And she played fast and loose with the truth. She goes and tells people she did it.
Right.
Then she tells people she doesn't.
Right.
She's gained so much fame and notoriety from this, so make her ass miserable.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you're absolutely right. And then, but also too is like, there's no statute of limitation on murder.
Correct.
And this is like this. You could argue this is one of the most famous. This might be the most famous like murder lynching in art, definitely in the United States history, right? And what Emmett Till's death meant, what his the bravery of his mother. Having his casket be open and what that meant to like galvanizing the civil rights movement. And so the fact that she's still out here, we find this warrant and they wanted to serve her the warrant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that also puts things in perspective. It's like that shit wasn't that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was not that long ago. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
60 years later.
Yeah. We got relatives, like, you know what I mean? Like, bro,
her daughter-in-law said that she had nothing to do with it. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, she said they think what happened to Emmett Till should happen to her. I mean, that would be karma, but I mean, no, it's not like these black people are gonna go and drag her out of the nursing home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because then there wouldn't be TV cameras.
Right, yeah. We don't want to document a crime.
They don't went under a cover of darkness. They went and protested. They did it openly.
That
So
was a double entendre.
but it is something like, and then, this is Raleigh, North Carolina. Probably a lot of these old white people at the senior citizen facility was racist too. I mean,
Absolutely.
So we interrupt your last days.
Yeah.
Because if you're not racist, you will be down with it. You'll be like, yes,
come on,
these black people should be protesting. You have every right. Come on, man. That's some excitement for the assisted living. You know what I'm saying? Like a little.
Now protest is entertainment.
Freddie's. If you
protest is theater. It is
protest
for
is theater
for the
older
folks.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Or maybe it's scary.
But imagine if you were like that one lady that already hated her. Because like,
oh yeah,
and they'd be like, she's right there.
She is right there.
She's right there.
Because that's the question. Like, did they have a picture of her?
I don't know.
That would have been wild.
Yeah. Or did they just do name call? which one of you are? Oh, come and get your medicine. We got your medicine, and that's how we figured out who it was.
But it's weird for her children to defend her when she's on camera saying like she lied and she knew it was happening.
Right? Yeah.
Like call up Carolyn Dunham. Carolyn. I'm wondering how it went down. What do you think, Trouble?
I am thoroughly with the pull-up game.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I will pull up if there ever is a problem.
Pull up,
You know what I'm saying? And I respect it. I like that they pulled up and they're like, yo, we're demanding direct action and we're not leaving until we get something,
100%.
until we find her. And I would honestly like for her to like admit on camera to her wrongdoings and kind of like face that and sit with that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like until you accept responsibility, I mean, I think like you said, as a community, if folks want to, make her last days and time uncomfortable, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Just like I don't think there's anything wrong. There were people that said, "Oh, why would you do that? Why don't you leave that woman alone?" And 60 years ago, just recently, a man who was implicated in his crimes during the Holocaust.
Yeah, I mean,
he was 101.
101.
Hey, they gave that dude time.
Yep.
I'm 100% with it. Nah, homie, you still alive? You gonna pay for this? You should have paid for your crimes. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of paying for crimes, Miracle, there has been a lot of talk around the January 6th committee.
January shit. I'm never letting this go.
I'm owed.
I'm never letting this go.
Pain and suffering, I'm owed.
Because it's just
people still come up to me and be like, the
P episode. Is that one?
Was so traumatizing for you. And I felt so bad for you.
I just want
people still walk up
here's a real question.
Yes.
When they were cleaning the walls, did they hit like a pressure hose?
I'm sure they did.
Like,
could you imagine?
What if you missed a spot and I'm like, you just kept smelling like,
but
it smells like shit in here for some reason.
I wish that there was like, and I don't, there probably is. I mean, there probably is documentation of this.
Because
like,
bureaucracy.
Oh my God.
Everything is documented.
So Miracle, it's looking like, we talked about last week that Cassidy Hutchinson talked about Trump trying to like grab the will of the beast, the White House.
Fuck Donald Trump.
We're gonna hear a lot of that
go
today.
to the Capitol to be with his people. They're saying that this, now that the Department of Justice, Miracle, is discussing some more of Trump's, they have his mindset that day. They're saying that, some of we haven't heard yet, but apparently another guy that was there testified. They're saying that he supposedly corroborated Miss Hutchinson's testimony. We have his mindset. We have him saying, let the MAGA protesters in without being going through metal detectors. He wanted to join them. He wanted to lead them into the Capitol. Is he going to jail, Miracle?
No. Whole lot of discussion, no action.
Now, Miracle, his right-hand man in the, I guess, architecture of his white supremacy planks, Steve Bannon.
That was well said.
Thank you. Steve Bannon, who initially refused to testify, now he's going to testify. Is it not? So this, but this is by Trump's permission. So this does lead me to believe
conspiracy, obstruction of justice, messing with the witness.
This leads me to believe that they said somebody got to go under the bus.
Yeah.
So if Trump had to basically revoke his executive privilege to allow Steve Bannon to testify, now we know that like Trump is like you got to have like 100% like loyalty to this man, right? Like 100% like. So if Steve Bannon is testifying and Trump allowed it, it would have to be
conspiracy.
Somebody's getting thrown in the butt. Who is it?
It would have to be.
Is it Donald Trump Jr.?
If you say I give you
Is it Eric
permission
Trump?
to testify against me, that means you have obstructed justice.
100%.
You've talked to a witness and engaged a witness, which is a crime in itself. And yet neither one of them are arrested. So once again.
Well, it's because, Miracle.
No. It's the caucasity. It is what D. Ray would say, watch whiteness work.
But, I mean, you know,
it is the complexion for protection.
The committee is saying they don't have, I guess the committee doesn't have the authority to, like, arrest anybody, but this testimony is putting more pressure on the department. If he comes up, you know what I'm saying, he defied a subpoena. Now he's under oath, right? Because it is under oath.
He can plead the fifth.
He could, right. Or he could, well, if he pleads the fifth, Miracle, his boss is already on record as saying that she's a criminal.
His boss lies every single day, so he can make up a new rule right after. He pleads the fifth because the Democrats are trying to rail him to the wall, and he has no other choice.
Is Bannon like falling on the sword?
No.
Like,
you remember in the Dark Knight Rises when they blow the plane up, like when Bane blows the plane up, and the one nigga think he's going, and he's like, no, they expect one of us in the wreckage, brother.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it seems like if Trump is saying to this man, like, you go ahead and testify, he's either falling on the sword. He's either saying, like, I got you, boss. Yeah. Like, I'm going to go down in the wreckage, or they've decided to throw somebody. You got to throw some meat.
He drew the short straw.
So, like, because he's already promised to pardon people. But, like,
true.
What I imagine is the day, if and when Trump ever gets arrested or indicted, we gonna come in here. He's gonna have like gonna have red, white, and blue streamers. He's never gonna see so many American flags in my life in the one.
We might not have a show. We're just gonna put "fuck Donald Trump" on a loop. Come on, bro, for a whole hour.
He's gonna be like outside in DC.
I'm gonna just be dancing. I'm gonna just be dancing in the background. You know what I mean?
You guys did a Jadakiss dance.
Hey, look. I mean, what do y'all think? I mean, you also have. Wait, let me throw this other part out there. You also have the Oath Keepers, right? Who was like, you know, the de facto, like they were like, they were security for like Congress people, right?
Oath Keepers is like Dungeons and Dragons for white supremacists. Like it's like they're like paintball. They're like LARPers. They're like LARPers with real weapons.
They're like the Stranger Things,
version of the Hellfire Club. Yeah. They are the Hellfire
Black
Club.
people are the monsters.
I guess, man. The Demogorgons and everything.
But it says
Did you finish Stranger Things, by the way?
I watched the first season.
Oh, you only
watched the first season. Yeah.
It's
I've
really
never
good.
watched. Yeah, it's just a little. Yeah, it's scary. You know what I'm saying? It's a little.
Yeah, I don't see. That's the thing. I didn't know if you were really gonna be fucking with it.
You know, I don't really do the horror.
Yeah.
Why would I pay to be scared? I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
But I mean, that's such sound logic. It's hard to argue with it. Like it's such amazingly sound logic.
So now listen, the Justice Department released details. It's weird though when they release them Friday evening. Like, why would you do that, Miracle? That's
protection.
That's when
It's
you
like
be
you
feeling
don't
like you
want
ain't
people to
serious.
know.
It says the Oath Keepers had they had lessons how to ambush people, and they had a death list of Georgia election officials and attempts to acquire homemade firearms.
This sounds like Kill Bill. This sounds like a Quentin Tarantino script.
That's what I'm saying. So it says the new details in the government allegations is a document with the words death list.
Death Wish 5 over in Ishii.
The niggas actually put death list like in a document.
Man,
come on, y'all. They had in there like iPhone notes, death list. Niggas going out like, what's the bride and Kill Bill?
Yeah. Did they share this with people?
Obviously.
Like, was this like a shared document?
Oh, they said they found it in Oath Keeper Thomas Caldwell's home after a search warrant.
Please don't tell me this nigga printed that shit.
No,
Please
it's the handwritten list.
Oh my God.
He went out like the bride and Kill Bill, bro. He was
Death Note.
Death Note.
Included the name of a Georgia 2020 election official and their family member, both of whom were targets of unfounded conspiracy theories. So here's Trump. Miracle, man. This guy gotta go. Come
Why
on, man.
Why you telling me? Listen.
So what do y'all think, man? It says 3 chapters of the Oath Keepers held training camps.
Damn.
They had the training camp. It was practice.
It's LARPers, bro. They was LARPing.
Oh my God!
They really be out here.
They be out here.
The Patriot Front.
Yes.
You know, you can do a whole little. They call it survivalist training.
100%.
And that's when I was like, I am not a no limit soldier. When stuff pop off, I'm just like SOL because I'm not about to be out here crawling in the woods.
No,
just
absolutely
like.
I mean, I've done that shit before, but
Yeah.
not with the aspect of like reestablishing or refinding my manhood. Like I don't like that is the shit I don't get. Like I don't
They'd
get
be
that
like,
shit.
they got out there with no food and like
Yeah.
scrounge.
Yeah.
I said, oh my
And they was
God.
practicing grabbing people up. I mean,
it's really good. It's good techniques. It's good stuff to learn. In my opinion.
What, grabbing people up?
Yeah, absolutely.
is that for? Is you gonna use that on Carolyn Bryan?
1,000%. Well, what? Allegedly. I'm not going to incriminate myself on this show. You see these niggas trying to get me deported? I knew this nigga was the feds. You ain't gonna have the minister of the Nation of Islam running around unchecked for this long.
So quite. I mean, so where do we go? I mean, Oath Keepers, Bannon, Trump grabbing the wheel. Is this all thing going down? Is it going down?
Is this the end of times miracle?
I hope so. That's all I'm going to say is like, because I'm low key tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of talking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we have countless evidence at this point.
So much evidence.
You know what I'm saying?
So much.
And this man's just out here like, you know what, Steve? Go ahead and testify.
Yeah. I mean,
Nothing's
so
going to happen to me. You're good.
You know, I mean, it makes you wonder, like, remember in Goodfellas where, like, they did that crime and then all of a sudden all these people just start showing up? Like, it's
just
like,
packing the courthouse,
I mean,
but what if Steve Bannon testified? What if his testimony?
Yes.
That's what if his testimony is like Donald Trump is a patriot and like he went up there and just like kind of went OD like that?
He's going to do that regardless.
I believe that he probably will do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's and if he does, I mean, we know what would happen, right? We know that he's going to, agree to follow this sword. But I mean, if they ask him a question, he either has to say fifth or he has to say, like, it was one guy, I forget who was testifying, but they asked him, like,
God bless
was it
America.
Giuliani? Where they were like, is it okay to, like,
That's Giuliani.
protest with guns or something? Like, he was just like fifth. You know what I'm saying? I forget who it was. It was crazy.
I thought that was Giuliani.
I think that was Giuliani.
I know this is not like befitting the seriousness of the moment, but I would like Trump to write a book about how.
Oh my God! Like Mein Kampf Part 2?
No, not like that. No. Why would
That's exactly what it would be called.
No.
Mein Kampf. What's the German number for 2? Anybody sprechen Sie Deutsch? Jack,
First of
do you know?
No. Why? No. About like how.
That's a cultured man over there.
Can you shut up and let me finish? About how. Excuse me, be quiet. That was soft parenting. Could you please hold on for a moment?
Ooh, yes.
About how to pick and choose people in your life. Because I feel that he has been like an expert about picking people who have been loyal to him for like the most part. And I would just like to know, like, I get it. Like in my mind, I get it. But as a narcissist, how have you been able to navigate?
Are you asking
not
me?
You, friend.
She's asking me.
Like navigate this like unfettered loyalty without like people accusing you of running a cult. People just like normalizing the fact that you found all, like, how do you do that?
I feel like that's a product of his narcissism because like that's usually what narcissists do. It's like they surround themselves 100%. With people who need them so that they have like this inflated sense of ego and they can basically be like, yo, I run your life. Yeah. You wouldn't be where you are without me. So
is it just me or is it getting hot in here? Jesus Christ. That's what's going on.
I mean, I get that, but like
the MAGA land,
of going like he has multiple people wanting to go to jail for him. I was like, can you just give me like that's the master class? Like go back to your friend Oprah and teach that master class.
Well, there's obviously and I think that's the thing is like part of it is with Trump is like any like critique is like automatic punishment or banishment from his little circle, right? I mean, suppose, he's been doing these rallies. I don't know what for. I mean, he hasn't announced. I mean, people believe that he's going to run for president. He hasn't officially announced he's rerunning for president. But, basically now he got beef with Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's, Elon Musk, like saying, oh, I'm going to vote for DeSantis. And like, even if you don't mention Trump, right? Now he got to come after you. You know what I'm saying?
It's, that's kind of, that's scary in a sense.
It is, 100%.
Because who's worse at this point?
It's a great question.
Like, like the last election was bad because it was just like, okay, we only have bad choices.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. This one is like bad meets evil.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, really, an actual like apartheid child.
Like, there's a joke in here someplace. I need someone to write like, so Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and what's his name, Ron DeSantis all walk into a bar. Yeah, like there has to be a joke in there someplace.
So I mean, I guess in his praise of DeSantis, Elon Musk said he never voted before.
Right.
Trump said that was bullshit. He told me he voted for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Trump, did, I guess now
called him a bullshit artist.
Yeah, he called him a bullshit artist. He's saying that, he's dissing him now because I guess Elon Musk is not going to buy Twitter. A lot of people believe that like that whole I'm going to buy Twitter was bullshit. It's wild because Twitter's actually trying to force this.
Yeah, it's like, no, you gonna pay us. Listen, we already bought shit. We already look at all this shit. Who's gonna pay for it? Like, my nigga, we need our money.
That is wild though, because I guess like at the share price that he quoted, Twitter has fallen under that share price.
Yeah, man.
So
maybe that was just like his strategy. To just like crash the market.
That's what the New York Times they did. They put out an article talking about basically he's devalued Twitter so much. Man. He talked about how horrible it was run.
Yes.
He talked about like insider information, how they couldn't do the
niggas
bot.
gonna have to pay me now.
He did all of that.
Yeah.
And now either he's gonna undercut a price or made it so whoever buys it next doesn't have to do that $44 billion or whatever.
It's brilliant. That's capitalism at work. That's capitalism.
It's a hostile takeover from the outside. It's pretty cool.
100%. But I do think that is wild. Like, who would be worse?
DeSantis, Musk, or Trump.
That's a, and it's wild that like this is what like this.
What if they united like Lex Luthor, Dark Side? You know what I mean? Like they just made the anti, like, you know what I mean? Musk was treasurer. DeSantis is vice president. Trump's president.
Well, I think that this is kind of like this is what we're seeing, and maybe they do. I mean, I don't know. See, I think like once you cross Trump, I think this is how he does his thing, right? Once DeSantis even says like, I might run.
Yeah.
Like he didn't even say like now Trump it feels threatened, right? Now he's like you're out. You know what I'm saying? Like you can never be
in my clubhouse,
in my inner circle, you're out permanently. Because I don't necessarily see Trump doing that type of stuff. But I mean, we're seeing the ramifications of like, I guess the little Trumps all over the place.
See, I'm very curious. Because we saw with Madison Cawthorn, the guy in North Carolina, what happens when the Republicans turn on you, they put all your dirt out.
100%.
Yeah.
So like
when you go to orgies and sniff coke. They couldn't wait to say that shit.
So like, who gets turned on first and then whose dirt comes out?
That's fascinating.
I mean, they probably...
Because, like Elon probably can pay for the Trump folder.
Yeah. Elon got some dirt on him.
100%.
DeSantis got some dirt.
100%.
It's just going to be bad for everybody.
I would watch that.
I mean, yeah. Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
It's funny because people put out the Hunter Biden video thinking that it was going to like damage
Joe Biden.
Yes. But everybody's like, Hunter out here living.
I mean,
like every video I have seen talking about Hunter Biden is this man is living his best life. Like nobody has been like appalled or they're like, oh my God.
Right. Because at the end of the day, like it's not like Joe Biden made him a part of the cabinet like Trump did, like Ivanka. It's not like they're making any political decisions. I mean, we already knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? And so like, the dude is He's getting his drug use on, and he's getting his, you know what I'm saying? Getting his party on
his party.
Yeah,
on Wolf of Wall Street, man.
Yeah.
Come on,
playing with snow in the summertime.
Listen,
and then the reality miracle is
it's end of the week and it's the last day.
No, the reality is it's the day that ends in Y. We're gonna get our party on. I mean, Joe Biden ain't gonna run. I mean, Joe Biden's pretty much done. I mean, he's literally, it's not. Has it been 2 years? Are we at the halfway point?
Yeah, just a halfway point. Yeah.
I mean, and he's
it'll be 2 years in November, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 years.
And he's a lame duck president. I mean, he's literally
he's not even. That's the problem. He's not even a lame duck president. He's the president. He's in control of so much and does so little.
100%.
Could someone explain to me what that means?
A lame duck?
Yeah.
Usually the last after the midterm. No. After the midterms, if you are not in power, a lame duck means basically you're just sitting there like in water. Like
yes.
You're just waiting.
You're just waiting to be taken out.
Okay, I got it. Okay. That makes sense.
But it basically just goes to the fact that you really don't have a lot of power. You traditionally, except for Trump, traditionally the last like few months it's going for the transition. So you're not passing legislation. You're not doing a lot of stuff that's going to rock the boat.
Enjoying the perks of being the president.
He has not been doing. He's not been passing a lot of legislation. He's not been doing. I mean, you know, he just.
Wow, that's a hell of a term.
I mean, what?
Lame duck. Like, I never knew what it meant, so I just like, oh, okay.
I mean, but and that's been the thing, right? People have been wanting him to make him like he had to be forced to do something on abortion, and when he finally did it, he disliked the activists that have forced him to do that. He had to be forced to do something around gun control. And when he did it, one of the family members of Parkland stood up and was like, yo, this ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's being pushed according to surveys. 64% of the Democrats don't want him to run. And then there's a progressive group called Roots Action. Oh. And Roots Action is doing a campaign.
I wonder if they're related to Roots Chris.
Their campaign is hashtag Don't Run Joe. I mean, go ahead. And that's what they said. Hold on, Miracle.
He needs to enjoy his retirement.
They said their plan to campaign against the president's renomination for a second term, calling him, quote, neither bold nor inspiring.
Milquetoast. He's mayonnaise. He's the mayonnaise president.
100%.
He's the mayonnaise president.
It says they plan to spend 6 figures on a Don't Run Joe campaign.
Oh, shit.
Where is Kamala?
She gotta stay inside. Did you see that video when she was like, I believe that we believe that y'all believe that we all believe that Roe was settled and we thought it was settled, so it was settled to us, so essentially we did nothing. And she's a lawyer. Like which breaks my heart so much is like out of all of the people who should be the best at communicating, it should be a trial attorney.
100%.
And you would think. Just flubs
would think she is
much.
Bad.
And it's like, I don't know if people aren't prepping her. There has been that ongoing conversation that they don't want her to run for president, so they're really trying to
railroad
her out and push up Pete Buttigieg.
Yes.
Which is why you see like everyone's like, oh my God, he's such a great speaker. He answers.
He is though. He's a great. He's
also younger and a millennial, and I think that's a part of it. When you're impacted by shit.
Come on,
hey Miracle. If Pete Buttigieg is the Democratic now, if you thought you seen black men for Trump, these black brothers are gonna lose. This gay white, they're gonna lose their mind.
I think it would have been a Buttigieg Warnock ticket. I think the ticket should have been like a Warnock Ossoff. I think that's what people were pushing.
Right.
But I think it's gonna because you have to have.
This is like our first.
That would be wild. You know what? That's a great idea because he is a reverend.
Yes.
Like he can talk that language.
And then you'd have the gay community and then the religious community
and the black community and the brothers.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, brothers.
Come on.
And this is gonna start out bad.
You can have Reverend T.D. Jakes out there, Al Sharpton, right?
Yeah, possibly.
Man.
And Warnock
a real rainbow coalition.
Warnock has like the real swag. Like I know like the mayor of New York was like, I'm the drip mayor or whatever. Like, Warnock has like
that's going to be the guy they bring.
Yeah,
as you know,
Eric
because
Adams.
The Democrats always mess it up, right? They're going to try to get Eric Adams, and that's who they're going to try to get.
People are turning a little bit on Adams just because they're starting to see the policies aren't really there.
No, man.
But we'll see because maybe he can change, and it's very weird because he looks almost exactly like my dad. So whenever he does like fucked up shit, it's like
you're looking at your dad.
It's like a moral turmoil like inside to be like, oh my
that's
God,
deep.
I am
triggered.
I'm always triggered.
I'm looking at him right now.
well, things,
you guys send me a picture of your dad.
Things haven't got better for the Bidens.
Eric Adams got some ashy lips. Jesus Christ.
Shit. Come on, bro. That ain't nothing. But he can get some, bliss sex out there.
He should, man.
Like, so Jill Biden did a conversation. Was it this morning? Yesterday morning?
Whenever the shit was, it was too soon.
Again,
it was too early for whatever. It was too early.
But again, Miracle, it's like you're looking and saying like, who is like, okay, so like we pretty much know like Biden he's like a figurehead, right? And could be like he actually had like a brand, right? Uncle Joe. Right,
and he ruined it so hard, so fast.
Did he ruin it, or is like who's around this dude?
He ruined it. He talked too much. Everybody was like, "Uncle Joe was cold."
Obama
because
never
he never
let
had
him
to talk.
That is true.
Obama never let him talk because he knew.
Yeah.
Obama, yo, just be quiet, bro.
And then it's like, so I mean, like you said, you have when it comes to communicating, you have Biden, terrible communicator. Like even when he tries to do the gun violence thing, and then the whole conversation is not about his gun violence stuff. No. It's about the dad that jumps up and criticizes him, right? He tries
Trump would have got that nigga out of there. Trump would have shut that shit down.
No, but what,
the Oath Keepers would have put him on.
Come on, man.
Put him on
a They'd have just snatched him up.
Because the person screaming is someone impacted by gun violence.
100%.
Just because it's a limited invite event.
Yes.
So that was an empathy moment. That was he literally could have said, "Come here, sir, come here."
Come on.
I feel your.
Don't think about
that. Makes me so angry.
Around these people?
Clinton was horrible and a rapist and all type of stuff.
And was charismatic.
People would boo him. Yeah. He would always be able to talk. And then when Hillary ran, he dropped it. But he would always do that. Like that was his spiel. Like if you would protest him, he'd be like, "I get it. I feel your pain. I'm hurting too." And he'd be like, "Oh my god!" And Joe was just like, "Shut the hell up."
Yeah, Joe was like, "Sit down, man. You're impacted." But so
fuck your kids, nigga.
Right. But then you sound like you see how badly Kamala's doing, because it almost seems like Kamala is like she's so on the defensive, right?
She just want to arrest somebody.
Facts. She's itching right now.
I ain't locked up no niggas in 2 years. I can't wait to get back to San
Bro, she rocking back and forth like, damn.
They keep calling.
It's been a minute.
They calling me. It's calling me.
When we get blocked for DNC convention.
Yo, that is
her and Eric Adams about to team up.
They locking up everybody.
All of New York going to jail. All of California.
That's going to be the name of their party. We locking up everybody.
Oh, shit.
Have Ben
like, Oprah, you go to jail. You go to jail. You go to jail.
And be like,
it's hilarious.
They're not locking up black people anymore. But like, well, Ben, we got you.
So back to Jill Biden. Obviously, like, whoever wrote this speech.
Oh my god!
Like, and it makes you wonder. Like,
was problematic as fuck.
No, right? And it's like,
can we get a drum roll?
Are there like Latino people around you, like one that can get your pronunciation game intact, but they can also look and say like, nah, this is pandering at such a disrespectful level.
You know, thanks, Pedro. Gracias.
Gracias,
Pedro.
Can you play?
Let's get a drum roll for this shit, please. Here we have Jill Biden, too early on Al Gore's internet, making a complete ass or a culo out of person.
Oh, shit.
You gotta push the button. You have to push the button. Kulo's ass is paid.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Jill Biden is talking to a predominantly Hispanic, Latinx, Latino population.
Yes.
And this is what she said.
This is what she said.
Hit play.
Come on.
But we can't get those things on our own. Raul helped build this organization with the understanding that the diversity of this community, as distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio, is your strength.
Those are only the white people clapping.
It's the bodega.
She don't know nothing about no bodega cat.
Bodegas have been taking white people out this week.
Come on, man.
First from the man on TikTok.
Guy, yes.
Come on, we can't find a grocery store. Now from the first lady, the bodega.
Bodega.
The bodega is the cornerstone of the, you know what I mean? Like, bro.
I bet you Hunter know what a bodega is.
You know what?
Hunter been to all the bodegas.
Yo, facts.
I feel
Hunter
like,
going there be like, oh, bye-bye.
I feel like Hunter could actually be like the secret key
to
actually save the Biden campaign because he's relatable. He's gone through some things.
100%.
He's survived addiction disorder. He's made a comeback, and I feel like he is a relatable person.
Yes,
and that's kind of the person they need to go out.
They need.
So what I'm hearing you say is that. What's his face? Chet Hanks is basically Hunter Biden's evil twin.
Don't even play with me.
So Miracle.
Hunter was out here living his best life authentically.
I have a question
no
for
fake
you, Miracle.
accents or
That's what I say. He's the evil twin of Hunter Biden.
Would you say that Hunter Biden has cracked the code?
It's your birthday.
Oh my God,
Born in the 80s, crack baby.
Oh my God.
So I can laugh at that.
You ordered Diet Coke. That was a joke, right?
Oh my God.
Don't give Hunter Biden no Diet Coke at all. Oh man.
It says from Jill, it says the National Association of Hispanic Journalists were not impressed by Jill Biden's speech.
No.
And her speechwriters saying her speechwriters ought to, quote, better understand the complexities of our people. We are not tacos. Our heritage as Latinos is shaped by a variety of diasporas, culture, and food traditions. It should not be reduced to a stereotype.
And here goes Jill over here. Latins are spicy.
You're on a roll today.
Hey,
but
yo,
that's
that mega Muslim. You see how he goes?
But that was, I mean, yeah, because it was really cool. She was talking about Raul, but then she said the bodegas, the blossoms, and the tacos. So your comparisons were to things.
Yeah.
Whole culture was
yeah.
only to things.
Right.
And it could have been, you know, as diverse. I don't know who owns the bodega on like Broad and whatever. The person who runs the Blossom Garden in whatever. That's how you make it. Yes. It's those little things.
Right,
that show that you care.
The nuances, it
was nuance. It was like, okay, we're in Miami, we're in Florida, we're in whatever it was, someplace in Texas or whatever. And I get it. I am curious about the breakfast tacos. Was like how diverse are they?
Let's keep it tall. They was Jimmy Dean bowls, right? They had the most.
But maybe they're not. I don't know.
Right? Maybe
I am now
maybe
curious.
San Antonio invented. You know, I've never been there. Maybe they have a special kind. Maybe this is the birthplace of the breakfast taco. I don't know.
If that's the case, then I think we need to take a trip for research purposes. Because I love tacos, man.
We're gonna have to have a food day.
Didn't George Bush like
we're doing
tacos?
San Antonio breakfast
Trump
tacos.
had his taco bowl.
We're going to
That's
try.
Right. Trump did have the taco bowl.
The raisins in the potato salad, the raisins in the meatball. We're going to try the watermelon with the sauce.
Oh, you.
My God. Oh, okay.
Farouk.
Okay. Violence.
Oh, man. Miracles
Violence.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's also, you also have this thing where
Jesus
supposedly
Christ.
at the same time as Joe Biden.
That was too far. That was too far for y'all.
I mean, you said it on camera.
Yeah, you did. Allegedly, Miracle. Something happens with his tires, allegedly.
I mean, I'm in the office. We got cameras to prove I'm in the office.
Yes, but also you have this thing where
surveillance.
Supposedly Joe Biden is going to nominate this like anti-abortion pick. I mean, it's just like you said. It's like it seems like remember the episode of Seinfeld where like George had to do everything the opposite.
Yes.
And then like when he did, he like got a lot of success. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's almost like everything the Democrats think they're supposed to do, I just do the opposite.
Yeah.
And if you do the opposite, like maybe it'll work. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not working. You know what I mean?
think the problem with the Biden campaign is they went for diversity and not politics. Ooh. And the reason why I say this is, for instance, Keisha Bottoms, who's one of the former mayor of Atlanta, is going to be one of the people advising the Biden campaign. A report came out that a report came out that said the black women are disproportionately impacted by student loan debt, and student loan forgiveness would basically help black women automatically.
Right.
Keisha was like, I don't know if we should do that. And that's the person he's picked to advise him on these things. And so I think that the Biden administration did really well in trying to prove that there are qualified, diverse candidates. But they went and picked people who I would say depicted assimilation and not necessarily diversity of thought and bold ideas. People who literally didn't shake the water too much, and because we're fighting fascism, we need the bold ideas to fight back. And it may not be like a Nina Turner, but you need someone with similar politics and ideals to be like, this is the progressive way to fight. These are the innovative ways to fight things. It shouldn't be that some not everybody's random, but it shouldn't be like a local city council person puts out the bill to teach you how you have to fight back against the overturning of Roe v. Wade when you had like 3 months to do it.
Right.
So that's part of the problem with this administration. It's like, yes, it's representative, but it's not libertarian.
Well, Jill Biden spokesman came out and said the First Lady apologizes that her words conveyed anything but a pure admiration and love for
Lo
for the
siento.
Latino community.
My bad.
Oh my God!
I will never forget that one time when we were there and people realized you could speak Spanish. And it was just...
Oh, when we were social status?
Yes.
And when the lights broke?
If you couldn't just say, like, the light bulb of, like, joy go off, and they were like, oh, I found another Hispanic person. And,
they were so
I was like, he's not Spanish.
Yes.
It was all these Dominicans. They were so happy.
They was hyped.
That's hilarious.
That's a blessing, though. That's a blessing.
It
Do we want to...
I wish I knew multiple languages. I am very envious of that. But
Me too. And I've like... I don't know how many times I went on Duolingo, probably like 100. Mm-hmm. And you make it to like 2 weeks, and then you just be like...
The problem...
I mean, they was giving out free tacos if you did it. If you ordered it.
The problem with Duolingo is I need to learn the alphabet first. I don't need to learn words first. I need to learn like the alphabet and the pronunciation.
You deconstruct the language and then put it back together
Correct.
in your head. Okay.
And I'm like,
Miracle, we just need to get money and just go to one of these countries and just
stay
immerse
there.
ourselves. Yeah, and just stay there. You know what I'm saying?
I thought One Hood had money. We got new Nissans. Come on, man.
Remember, I'm poor. I don't even have a push to start. So, like, I don't got money, remember?
You put your key in the ignition like an animal.
Not like an animal.
Like an animal. You have to do manual labor to start your car. Just crank the bitch up.
Exactly.
So,
he's like Miracle.
We have like 10 minutes. I mean, we have a couple places we could go. We could go to Herschel. We could go to my man who was upset that Thomas Jefferson was portrayed as a slave owner.
I mean, but
we could go to the lady who wants to protect her.
Why are you upset about that? Like, that's literally
because you're a white man.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah,
a white man in a bow tie. I mean, like you know what I'm saying. I mean, I think exactly. Like you go there. That's the thing.
Let's cue this up.
This is yes. Who is this man?
I like history, so I like to go on tours all the time and see what happened. I'm a little bit of a nerd, so I will pay for like the guided tours if they don't have like the headphone thingies where you can.
Oh, okay.
And so I like learning about all the complex history that happens in a building. But you went to a slave plantation.
Yes.
Come on. Like, literally. What did you expect?
And we're literally told you about
were you expecting like
slavery.
They were expecting some Django cosplay. Like, that's what they was expecting. They go to Candyland.
I'm thinking about that one video that went viral on the internet that's like, in today's topic, slavery.
I missed that.
Bro, it's one cuz who's like, cocaine. It's like, it's flour.
I definitely didn't see this.
He's hilarious,
but
man.
It's funny
but just like you said, it says like literally, if you go to like monticello.org, it says Thomas Jefferson enslaved over 600 people throughout his life at Monticello. Like he had slaves at this place. Just like you said, it's a slave plantation. Like, how dare you?
How dare you talk about slaves?
But I think really the Holocaust Museum, it may have been somebody else, but they had put out like, stop coming to the war sites and taking selfies and doing TikToks, and because this is a place of mourning and murder and genocide, anti-Semitism. So I don't really understand when people go to places that have a heavy history. Like, happy entertainment.
But this is this whole thing about like the founding fathers. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're
like
infallible.
Right, like they're superheroes. Like, oh, the founding fathers and what they did, and they're so incredible. And it's like you just want to like highlight the one part of it, but not the part. And then it's like the idea that like a black person would maybe have a different idea about Thomas Jefferson, but you want to try to put this, you know, George Washington never told a lie. I mean, like they actually taught us this shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, you obviously you don't believe that, but that's that mythology that you try to create to make us believe America is so great. Did you want to play this? Upset white man.
Yeah, I mean, he's
my trip to this slave plantation was ruined because they talked about slaves. All this slavery talk
inspires everybody today. All men are created equal and all this kind of stuff. A great architect, scholar, you know, Thomas Jefferson. And instead I got, you know, exactly the opposite. It just
disappointment.
Debunking his history, his reputation, putting him down, demoralizing everybody on my tour.
Oh, wow.
It was just sadly predictable too these days. I just thought that maybe Monticello would be protected from this disease of wokeism, but
and that's the thing. It's
this
like
egghead motherfucker.
But this is the thing. It reminds me of like, and it's almost like we need to put that in the drops. Like that Jack Nicholson, like you can't handle the truth. Like
I definitely need to get that.
Like that's what it is. I mean,
Literally.
like
Did you order the code red?
you goddamn right I did. and that's what it
love
is.
that
Like
movie, man.
he was mad because he actually heard the truth about Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, man.
And like the truth messed up his idea of the mythology of this man. They have a whole section on there where there's like Thomas Jefferson was misquoted. Like, you know, all these things that are attributed to him was not the case, right? And so like now you have somebody actually, like you said, Miracle, you're going there, you're actually like, wow, I'm actually learning who this person really is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was wild to me to learn. I remember when I learned that like George Washington like could have had like freed his slaves.
Yeah.
But he intentionally would like take his slaves like once a year to Virginia, so they would keep their slave status and be slaves when he was in Washington. Like, so this is like, but that's the truth. Like, you don't want to deal with that truth, right? You want to be like, oh, George Washington, you know,
and like the
all
wooden
men
teeth
are
shit.
Like, how do you like you have to like, how do you come to terms with the man that said all men were created equal and owned slaves? Like, obviously,
and rape a child. Like,
right?
Yeah.
Come on. Like,
I went to Galveston a few months ago, and I did like this ghost tour. I forgot what the guy's name is, but he's tall, he has a ponytail, he's Caucasian man with glasses. But if you go to Galveston, you should hire him for the ghost tour. But he did it, and he was talking, and it was really, really fun and really energetic the way he talked about like the history of Galveston and Texas. Because I had totally forgotten about Juneteenth. Like, we were just there for like Mardi Gras or something.
Right.
And and he was just talking, and the way he was like, okay, and this is what happened. This was how slavery was here. And this is why they chose this area, and this is how he built up Galveston. And it was he was a really good storyteller. So he was able to tell the story in a very entertaining way, give depth to what had happened, give credence to the people who have suffered in that area, but still talk about like, the beauty of the city and how it's been able to overcome so much. And it's very easy to do that. So I don't understand why people push back. Like, complexity of history is what makes it interesting. Like, yeah, this person, you know, how did we get moonshine? Why do we have NASCAR? Like, people were out here running guns, drugs, and prostitutes because 100%. Of prohibition. Yep. And then this is the American story. And I've never understand like the pushback on CRT and all these other things. It's like, it makes us more fascinating. We went through this fuck shit. Sorry. We went through all of this stuff.
Of all the things you say, that's what you apologize for.
We went through so much, and we've been able to create a lot and a community, and we're still doing a bunch of stuff. We have a lot more to go, but I don't understand why people always frown upon the worst parts of history.
And not only that, I mean, you know, when you talk about like CRT, I mean, here you have like Oklahoma, the governor of Oklahoma investigating the Tulsa public schools that they violated the state's anti-CRT law, the place where like Black Wall Street was burned to the ground, again, over white lies. And it's like, you can't even teach that history of Tulsa in Tulsa now in the schools without the governor of Oklahoma saying, we're going to take your funding or fire people from the school. I mean, this is where we're at.
Didn't the federal government give like half of Oklahoma back to the natives? Isn't that what happened? Am I making that up?
You're certainly making I can't believe that happened. Not half.
They just certified like their sovereignty, but then the Supreme Court just took it back a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm saying
like psych.
Yeah, because something was happening with that.
They gave a lot of indigenous sovereignty back over a lot of land, but then the Supreme Court recently was basically like, yeah, you got your land back, but the government still has a right to prosecute and arrest people on your own land.
This is the governor, Kevin Stitt, basically said that I'm concerned that TPS, Tulsa Public Schools, may have violated state law, specifically House Bill 1775, which bans public schools from teaching critical race theory. Specifically, the bill prohibits teaching that one race or sex is inherently superior to another race or sex. Let's teach students, not indoctrinate them.
And I wonder what the lesson is there.
Yeah, it probably was on Black Wall Street. And what these white folks did. But just like you said, it's like you want to create this mythology, right? Mm-hmm. You want to make it seem like America was always this place that, like you said, supported indigenous people, supported black people. Oh, the white people, I pulled myself up from my bootstraps. Yeah. Like that's how I got here. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, like you said, all the years of, white people that participated in prohibition and all that, and then were like allowed to be like legal and legitimate business people. You know what I'm saying? Quote unquote. I mean, yeah. We can go on and on, but it's crazy.
I'm stuck on the video where bro was like, the people on the tour were demoralized by the story of slavery. Like Thomas Jefferson didn't demoralize 600 plus people on this plantation.
Dehumanized, raped,
completely.
You know what I'm saying? Like brutalized. Like,
we don't care how smart he was. We're not saying he wasn't smart. We're not saying he didn't create shit. Mm-hmm. We're not saying he didn't offer things. But it's not mutually exclusive. Like, he owned people.
Yes.
He owned human beings. He enslaved human beings. He raped children. Yes. This is also part of his narrative. This is part of who he is.
100%. 100%. So speaking of that, do we have a white pages for today?
I feel like there's a very beautiful book behind you. Let's grab one.
Yes.
Where is
we should have had this picked out before.
Yeah, we probably should have had
this.
It's
on there. He just came. He was just on
Oh, you're talking about the brother,
Ibram Kendi?
No, Ibram Kendi didn't come here. The brother, Carlos.
Chef Carlos?
Carlos T. Carter. Oh. From the Urban League president. What's his book? Seeds of Greatness. It should be over there.
It's right there. Seeds of Greatness.
Seeds of Greatness. Can you grab that? Can you,
Now, you know I can't read.
Just go ahead and flex while you do it. First,
I think it's on that first shelf, right? Is it right there? Am I?
Which first? The top of the box?
I don't know, man. I don't know where we put that book.
Seeds of Greatness. I don't see nothing called.
Okay, well, look next to Rakim's book. What's that book right there?
The New Power? Oh, this one? Self-Love is Not Selfish. It's Necessary. A memoir by Bakari H. Thompson. Let's go with this.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you know who that person is?
Nope. But this memoir.
Wait, is that our Bakari?
No, but
that's Bakari Kiswana.
But did you notice how the neighborhood narcissist picked the self-love is not
very
an autobiography? Farouk outside.
Hold on, Mike's twin is bettering himself. He's in therapy. He's learning.
Hey, self-love ain't selfish.
He's learning about himself. Okay,
man, what you talking about? You
know what I've learned in the journey?
He also had on his Hoochie Daddy shorts yesterday.
Self-love is not selfish. It's necessary. Yes. This memoir takes you on an emotional ride that provides a glimpse into Thompson's life. He's been fighting a battle since birth by experiencing mental and emotional child abuse, neglect, and sexual violation. You sound like me. Thompson shows this negative effects of unhealed abuse and explains how it can be covered up when the family is involved.
Okay.
This pain leads him down a dark path of sex, drugs, and drama. Thompson, that does not sound like me. Thompson defies all odds as he reflects his past trials and tribulations.
Just the sex and drama part?
I didn't do drugs. How self-love saved his life.
No, we shouldn't laugh at it. But shout out to Bakari. What's his name?
Bakari H. Thompson.
Bakari H. Thompson, Self-Love is a memoir. You know, it's a memoir about the brother's life. And overcoming his difficulties.
Who ordered this book?
So shout out to him. I mean, you know, people come here people come here, we grab stuff. So, that might be somebody we know, somebody that came here. Yeah. Do we have anything upcoming?
Friday.
If you are a Black author and you do have books, please send them. You can either send them to us, tag us. We have libraries.
Send us the link. We will buy your book. We will purchase your book.
We'll purchase 2 copies.
And we want to support Black artists, so definitely we will support. But yes, we have the event this Friday, right?
This Friday.
At the Pittsburgh Playhouse.
Inside, outside.
Downtown.
Yes.
Hip-hop
downtown.
show.
Tickets are $20. You actually get a free drink when you get your ticket. There's inside seating, outside seating.
Yes.
You can wear your mask, and also there are non-alcoholic beverages available as well, so you don't have to feel pressured to drink because, a lot of people are sober, a halal organization, so there are multiple beverages for everyone and everyone.
They got
welcome.
the mocktails.
You got the mocktails.
I'm gonna get see if I can get like a virgin pina colada. That's like that's my shit, man.
Oh, shout out to Black Excellence. It says Quinta Brunson of Abbott Elementary.
Oh,
first
Quinta.
Quinta.
Yeah, Quinta.
What did I say? Quinta.
Yeah, Quinta.
I
Quinceañera?
I went out like Jill Biden.
Quinta 15.
Quinta Brunson becomes the first Black woman to receive 3 comedy Emmy nominations.
She's dope.
That's hard.
I've been following Quinta since BuzzFeed. She's hilarious. She's amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, you got money.
You got money.
A lot.
This ass? That ass.
But I also want to say, as we wrap,
we're gonna be rapping on Friday.
No.
Yes.
I won't be there because I'll be home.
Yes.
But as we wrap,
backpack.
If you need One Hood to show up to your events,
yes,
you have to send us an official invite.
Please do.
Do not think that because we post your event that we're showing up.
Yeah.
COVID is out here.
True.
Life happens.
Absolutely.
And so
it's expensive to drive everywhere.
Things are happening.
But also, it's a lot of stuff that we do that maybe isn't forward facing. Right?
And not only that, we have personal lives.
We do.
We have families. Yeah,
we
have.
do.
You know what I mean.
We're doing a lot of stuff, and I think sometimes that's people think that's all we do is activism or protest, and
we're just in front of the camera,
right? And then if we don't come, that means we don't support whatever cause is being done at that time.
We can be there in spirit and still be healing at home.
That's not the case. You know what I'm saying?
No, just because I had a couple phone calls and they were like, "Where were you, honey? I was homesick all weekend."
100%. Me too. Me too.
And so just understand that has to be communicated.
Right.
Then we can put you in touch with people.
100%.
We do try whenever we see stuff to share on our platform.
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean we're showing up.
Yeah.
And so just please reach out and know things. Also, if we help, that doesn't mean we're a sponsor.
100%.
Yeah.
So just please, we're trying to do as much as we can.
Yeah.
But again, we're less than 8 people.
Yeah.
Can't please everybody, man.
Yes.
And so
well, I'm glad you said that. That's a great public service because, like you said, I think a lot of people do think that. You know what I'm saying? They think, like I said, if we don't show up, it's a negative. But yeah, if you call us, if you invite us, and then I would say this, if you're planning something, we'd like to be there at the beginning of the planning. Be honest.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We would rather help to be there in the planning stage and you want to call us to show up at the end and it's come spit this, 16. We'd rather be a part of the planning of it. That way we can utilize our full, organizational support behind whatever's being done. But yeah, just holler at us, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, please don't make an assumption.
Because we're already booked out till next year for
We're
a
booked
lot
out.
of stuff.
Yeah,
we are booked out.
And I literally was about to be in the ER all weekend long because I had allergic reaction. And to get phone calls from people oh, you didn't care because you didn't show up for something, was very troubling. So just understand that we have protocols,
100%.
we have procedures, and so just understand we love everyone. We try to show up for some, unless the people I said stay away from me because I still want you to stay away from me. But other than that, we are really, really trying. So please just a little bit of grace and understanding. We do not charge for promo.
Right.
We always ask people to send us flyers for stuff we put in our
100%.
newsletters, our emails, our socials. Always reach out for stuff, but sometimes physically in person, if that's not communicated as an expectation, we can't do it.
Yeah, and I would also say, just keep our sister Michelle Kinney in your prayers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Today, we're recording this on Tuesday, would have been Antoine's 22nd birthday.
Right.
So definitely just want to keep that family in our prayers and love to her as well during these trying times. And so, yeah, like, we all trying to get through. We all need some more self-love. You feel me?
We do need self-love.
Shout out Bakari.
Yeah.
Anything else? Last words besides happy birthday, Trouble?
Yeah, more life, bro. More life.
Niggas love self.
Yes.
Yes.
And on that note,
we'll see everybody that Hoochie Daddy shorts on Friday.
Except for me. So we will see y'all next week. This week in White Supremacy. Peace. One hood, y'all.
Welcome to the whitest house. Slave souls haunt the halls when the light is out. Except the blood of the poor and the wicked mouth. The last gas of a world that is dying out. Welcome to the whitest house, where every room is a tomb that they lie about. Where you can put your filthy feet on the finest couch, and for the right amount, you can even buy it out.
That's the essence of your entire political identity. You might be a white supremacist.